When Shizuka was little, she was playing with fireworks under a large tree, and accidentally set the grandpa tree on fire. Although her father put out the flames in time, the tree was left with a permanent scar. For the next 10 years, Shizuka kept injecting nutrients into the tree. Every time she saw the scar, she felt even more guilty. Then one day, John told everyone that the grandpa tree had withered and was about to be cut down. Shizuka panicked instantly, because this tree, known as the grandpa tree, held all the town's childhood memories. When the construction crew arrived, they somehow couldn't get close to the tree, and eventually had to give up. It turned out, this was all caused by a doraemon gadget, but Shizuka knew it was only delaying the inevitable. After returning home, Shizuka and her father went around the town, hoping everyone would help protect the grandpa tree, but almost no one agreed. Just then, Uncle Kamishiro stepped forward. Because the grandpa tree also held his childhood memories, he organized a protest, but it still failed in the end, since the tree had already withered. Keeping it could be dangerous, so it had to be cut down. Shizuka finally broke down in tears. She ran to the tree and hugged it tightly, blaming herself for its decay and lack of blossoms. Only then did Nobita and Doraemon learn the truth, that the scar on the tree was caused by Shizuka's fireworks when she was a child. Ever since then, the grandpa tree had never bloomed again, and this became Shizuka's biggest emotional burden for 10 years. To save the tree, Doraemon decided to transplant it to the mountain behind the town. That night, after using the plant relocation water, the grandpa tree actually started to move on its own, but halfway through, it began to hesitate, unwilling to leave the town. Along the way, it returned all the items it had collected over the years. Only after fulfilling all its wishes did it continue forward. However, in the end, it still returned to its original place. Doraemon took out the mind communication device and finally heard the tree's voice. It said, this place was where it grew up, and where people had always stayed with it. It had never intended to leave. It only grew too tall and too large, blocking sunlight from the surrounding saplings. To let new life continue growing, it chose to accept its own fate. Shizuka knelt in front of the tree, crying, desperately trying to keep it there, but there was nothing she could do. She once again blamed everything on herself, and in the very next second, a miracle happened.
みんなとっても楽しそうで、その笑顔の素敵なこと。